Yeah.
You've got some really interesting, I mean, even I'm just looking in my eye line, some pretty diverse and very interesting cars here. What's your favourite?
Well, that can change, but right now...
Of course, listen, that's my prerogative.
288 GTO.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. I'm an 80s boy, so that's right in the sweet spot of around about the right power. So 400 brake horsepower, manual, no electronics on it.
No, that's what...
Proper driver's car.
Yeah.
Something you can actually open the bonnet if something happens and try and work out what the issue is.
Yeah, we would. I would leave that to my colleagues at V Engineering to do. Is that a neat segue or what?
That's a beautiful segue, but we can cover that in more detail if you like. I just want to pick up again on the track days as well. They've become really popular, haven't they? And they obviously go hand in hand with everything else that you do.
They do, yeah. We do. We don't do a lot of them. We generally do sort of 5 or 6 track days a year.
But they're charitable.
Well, no. You're talking about Veloce. So we do track days for our clients.
Right.
Slightly different. We do kind of 20 cars with 7.
There I was thinking you were all altruistic and lovely.
Veloce is a charity event.
Yes.
But we also do ordinary track days, which are not altruistic.
No.
Anyway, Veloce, I'll tell you about Veloce.
Tell me about
Veloce. So in back end of probably 2016, I was introduced to a wonderful philanthropist and collector called Peter Newmark, who has truly the most drop-dead collection imaginable. Done a lot of racing. He's raced at Monaco. He's
lovely.
Raced at the Revival many, many times, and has an amazing. You know him, clearly.
I know him.
He's a lovely, lovely man, and he had a charity track day utilising his incredible collection, and he was doing very well, making lots of money with that track day, and wanted to take it to another level, and really wanted to get an events company into it. So by then we had established V Events, and we were already doing a number of our own track days and international tours, and he asked if we would like to get involved in this track day. So we came up with a name, Veloce. We thought it'd be good to use a V, and came up with the concept of combining the greatest racing drivers we could get our hands on, starting with Derek, with the greatest cars we could get our hands on, and charging sponsors, of which I hope JBR is soon to become one.
He's already tried to tap me up for that, by the way.
We'll talk about that later.
Definitely.
And we charged them lots of money to bring their highly valued clients along to what has in the past, since 2017, been Goodwood, will be Silverstone this year, to be driven around these amazing circuits by great racing drivers. So effectively what we're offering is it is a money can buy experience.
Is it quite a sedate ride round, or do they pelt it round?
Are you thinking about your
thinking
ride with David?
My experience with David Bradburn.
Well,
it took me days to recover.
Well, we do have a speed limit.
Okay.
And because we like to run our track days as no helmet days, so there are rules and regs around that. But if I tell you that once or twice in the past, a couple of the drivers have exceeded the speed limit. One of them was in 2017, Gerhard Berger came and drove for us. And he was driving, this will give you an idea of the level of the event. So Gerhard Berger in a 250 short wheelbase.
Wow.
Apparently he was doing 150 down the back straight. Apparently. But we didn't have a clock on him, but apparently.
Did the passenger come back smiling?
The passenger came back, actually it was his first, they get 3 rides during the day with different drivers and different cars. He came back into the pits, got out, trembling, said to the sponsor that had paid for his entry, he said, "I'm off." The sponsor said, "Why are you leaving so early?" He said, "That literally is the finest moment in my motoring life. It's never going to get better, so I'm just going to leave now."
That sounds iconic. That
didn't
does
even
sound
stay
incredible.
for the sandwiches
No.
afterwards. I can't believe it.
So, to finish off with Veloce, it's very limited in numbers. We have just 75 guests this year because we're at Silverstone. We have 100, and we have raised since 2017. Bearing in mind we had a fallow year in 2020, we've raised just over £500,000.
Wow.
For some great charities.
Okay, I take it back. You are altruistic.
There you go.
There you are.
That's very good.
Well done.
Yeah, well, we're hoping to raise £200,000 this year. Our aim, We're very ambitious with the event, but our aim is to take it to 500,000 a year.
Gosh.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, wow. I'm not going to ask how you plan to do that with
Well,
limited numbers.
I think the truth is what we are offering
It's all on you, Darren.
is
No pressure whatsoever.
is a priceless experience. I mean, imagine, and people had this experience last year, being driven around Goodwood by Damon Hill in a 250 GTO. I mean,
Yes.
it doesn't get any better. Well, what value would you put on that? Well, people would put a different value on it. But I think
I think our mutual customer base are looking for these days, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's experiences,
Yeah.
not possessions.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
possessions they like as well.
Well, I
obviously,
mean, this
but
is-
it's
we-
experiences. You can't.
No,
you know,
exactly.
Experiences with those possessions.
something you'll talk about.
See, it's another nice segue there.
All of this.
I'm doing your job, aren't I?
You are doing. I know. See, this is your screenwriting. But I just want to pick up again. Just going back, and we can come back to it. This whole thing, this whole automotive sort of sector, this very sort of niche sector, it is about people's passion.
Correct.
And it is therefore about really engaging with that and keeping it alight and, as you say, providing those sorts of experiences that you can buy with your incredible cars and these incredible drivers.
It is, and it's not all of our owners here are drivers. Most of them are, but
Please tell me you don't have anybody that owns one of these cars and doesn't drive it.
my lips are sealed.
But you can just say yes or no.
Yes.
Really?
There's a lot of these cars don't get driven.
No,
You know
but
that.
people
It's-
must be able to drive them. I mean, it's like,
Oh, they can. Whether they actually do or not is another
Well, I
matter.
think I think cars have become a commodity. Cars have become an investment tool, and
That's right.
which is that's been great for your business. It's probably great for my business too. But I think the other issue is that actually a lot of these cars here are incredibly difficult to drive in the way that they were intended.
yeah.
I mean, some of these cars here are 800-900 horsepower. Where can you drive cars with that kind of power in an increasingly regulated environment on roads that are increasingly busy? And of course the answer is, well, on track or overseas.